June 19th, Erika purged her Instagram of a lot of pictures, 126 posts she deleted. And I had wondered what drove that. Why would you delete 126 posts off of your Instagram page?
Erika Kirk was never a stay-at-home wife. She was the operator.
Erika Kirk is now out here panicking to the point of deleting old Instagram posts after parents started demanding answers about children who were seen on her page. And this is where things get serious, because this is not just random internet chatter anymore. People are going back, finding old posts, screenshotting everything, and asking one very specific question. Where are those kids now? At the same time, the Romanian connection is coming up again, along with her past charity work and alleged ties that people online are now trying to piece together into something much bigger. Over the past 30 days alone, Erika reportedly deleted over 40 posts as scrutiny from online investigators intensified, especially after a series of claims began circulating more widely. And here's the thing. Deleting posts might remove them from your page, but it doesn't erase them from the internet. Because one of the posts people keep bringing up dates back to February 2015. In that post, Erika is on a TV set, and her caption reads, "The perk of playing a young mom TV role, hourly baby rentals." That line alone has become a major talking point, not necessarily because of what it meant at the time, but because of how it sounds now, given everything else being discussed. One user reacted by saying, "She's scrubbing her skeletons," and that reaction reflects what a lot of people are thinking, because when old posts start disappearing right as questions begin to surface, it raises more attention instead of shutting things down. Now, as many people already know, Erika Kirk has also been linked online to an alleged tracking narrative tied to her past charity work in Romania. This is where it becomes important to separate what is documented from what is being speculated. Erika founded a nonprofit organization in 2006 called Everyday Heroes Like You. Through that organization, she ran a project known as Romanian Angels in Constanța, Romania. The purpose of the project was to support local orphans. One of the main initiatives involved a Christmas wish list program where people in the United States could adopt a child for the holidays by donating gifts. These gifts were then delivered through coordination with U.S. military personnel stationed at a nearby NATO base. Romanian media coverage at the time, between 2011 and 2015, portrayed these efforts positively. Reports documented donations being delivered to hospitals and placement centers with no mention of suspicious activity tied to the charity. However, the use of the word adopt in the holiday program has since been taken out of context online. Some critics have used that wording to suggest illegal adoptions or trafficking, even though the program itself referred to gift sponsorship, not actual adoption.
On an international project called Romanian Angels, where they sponsor an orphanage in Romania. And what they did at that orphanage is so sickening and demonic that I can't even say it online, or I'll probably...
Here have also been claims involving a 2001 investigation into adoption agencies in Romania being used as evidence, even though Erika's organization was not founded until 2006. Now, some people online acknowledge that timeline doesn't directly place her there at the time, but they still argue that the system they're pointing to may have already been in place years before she got involved. So their argument isn't necessarily that she was part of that earlier case, but that the same kind of network could have already been operating in the background before her charity ever entered the picture. Additionally, Erika publicly documented multiple trips to Romania between 2012 and 2014, which contradicts claims that she was banned from travel to the region. At the same time, some discussions online reference a 2019 criminal complaint involving a U.S. military official stationed at the same Romanian base. That case has been brought into conversations surrounding the charity, although no direct link to Erika has been confirmed. Despite these clarifications, the situation has continued to escalate because of the broader context. There are real, documented cases of trafficking connected to Romania. Investigations have shown that children, some as young as 10, have been groomed and transported to other countries, including the UK, where they were exploited. Reports describe how these victims were kept under control and forced into abusive conditions while authorities struggled to fully dismantle the networks responsible. In another case, a 26-year-old woman came forward publicly stating that she had been trafficked across multiple countries, including Hungary, Austria, and Switzerland. According to her account, she was first targeted at the age of 16 by someone she trusted. She described being manipulated with promises of a better life and eventually being forced into exploitation. Even after attempting to escape, she was later deceived again and drawn into another trafficking situation before finally getting out with outside help. Stories like these
interviews, these women told me stories of being picked up from their home country, recruited in their teens, being groomed, being brought to New York, put in small apartments, given limited money.
I'd delete the posts now. If the content was harmless and properly documented at the time, then removing it under pressure raises a lot of questions. At the same time, Erika hasn't really explained any of this in detail. She hasn't come out to clearly address the exact concerns people are raising, so everything is still open to different interpretations. And it's not just that. She also hasn't denied the claims being made by Candace Owens, and those claims are a lot. Which is why some people are now saying, if all of this was completely false, wouldn't she have taken legal action by now? Now, this is where things take another turn, because people online have also started bringing up her kids. We know she has two, a son and a daughter, but some of the theories circulating right now are going a lot further, with people questioning whether those children are biologically hers at all, and speculating about how they came into her life. One of the reasons people keep pointing to is the lack of publicly documented pregnancy photos. Aside from an ultrasound image that some have already questioned, there isn't much that clearly shows that timeline. And for some, that absence is raising more questions. Others are also looking at her current lifestyle. She's frequently seen traveling, doing interviews, and appearing in media spaces, which has led some people to ask how often she is physically with her children.
Questions.
As if things couldn't be any more suspicious than they already are, can anybody tell me why I can't find a picture of Erika Kirk pregnant? None. Not one. Not any in her podcast.
How her day-to-day life is structured around them. Then there's the way the children have been presented online. In the photos that have been shared, their faces are usually hidden, which is not unusual for privacy reasons, especially for public figures. However, some viewers claim that the images don't always appear consistent, pointing out differences in how the children look across posts. For example, some have said that in certain photos, the son appears older than expected, which has only added to the speculation. At this point, none of these claims have been confirmed, but they continue to circulate because there hasn't been a direct response addressing them.
Y'all, these ages don't match with the ages of her children. The children shown in this picture appear to be approximately, the boy looks like he's 4 or 5, girl looks 3. Publicly available information indicates that Erika and Charlie's kids, definitely the son, is much younger, approximately 1.
And without that response, the speculation keeps building. Then, layered on top of that, you have new theories about her personal life, her children, and the inconsistencies people believe they're seeing. All of it is happening at the same time, which is why this situation isn't slowing down. It's escalating. Because once people start connecting timelines, screenshots, and unanswered questions, it stops being just a rumor cycle and turns into something people want explained. And right now, the biggest thing missing is clarity. No direct answers to the specific questions people are asking. So the conversation just keeps growing, with more people digging, more posts resurfacing, and more pressure building around the same core question. What is actually going on here? Because if there's nothing to hide, then why delete the posts? And if there is more to the story, then how much of it are we still not seeing? For now, there are still more questions than answers, and until something concrete is addressed, this isn't going away anytime soon.